Right, hello everybody. I am here with Mr. Steve Logan. Steve,
Michael.
thanks for coming on the show.
Pleasure.
And welcome to Mindset Matters. So, Mindset Matters episode 3, which is all about today the selling mindset, as we've called it.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting, doesn't it?
Could be.
Could be, absolutely. So, first of all, Steve, we met a few months ago, didn't we? And we had a bit of a chat, and we got to know each other. And I was saying to you off camera, well, people say, Steve Logan, I know him. Where do I know him from? What's it like having that? Is that good? Is that a reputation? Is that people know of you? Or
I'm hoping
yeah?
it's good, because the idea is I walk around in a waistcoat for 2.5 years and people go, the guy in the waistcoat. And that's the kind of thing I want people to know.
Yeah.
Initially. But then I want people to have a bit of substance behind it to say, yeah, it's the guy in the waistcoat who does sales.
Yeah.
Who worked with that company over there and improved their sales figures, or went to his networking masterclass and he taught me how to pitch properly.
Yeah.
So now that I've got a brand of sorts of the guy in the waistcoat, I now need to put some meat behind it so people go, the guy in the waistcoat, who does this?
Yeah, I mean, a perfect example of that, as I remember when we talked, and you offered me real clarity, because you said something really perceptive to me that somebody actually never said to me before. You said, what do you do? Or sum it up, what's your pitch? And a lot of people say that. But then you said to me, all right, well, I get you. We've had a chat for an hour or so. I get you. We've had time. But what about if I go talk to my wife and she talks to a mate? What's that mate going to think? And you said it's more about that they may as well be slightly closer to what you want them to think of you, the guy in the waistcoat who does sales or something like that, as opposed to he's some kind of snooker instructor or something like that. What are they going to say about you? Do you want it to be closer to the mark,
I think that's your 15-second pitch. That's your networking. That's the reason why we network. Because when you network, you don't network for the people in the room. You network for their contacts. So the people in the room have to know what you do in a very clear, concise fashion, so they can relay that message. Or when they hear the trigger of, I need a mindset coach. Mindset coach, who's a mindset coach? Michael's a mindset coach. I know somebody who does that. Yeah. And there's a very easy relation to it. So your message to your networking audience will be slightly different to your message to your sales audience.
Yeah, of course.
Because you want your networking audience to say, I know someone who's good at trigger.
So it's all about, before you go into a situation, it's understand the context and kind of why you're there and what is this area and how do you need to speak to these people so they can understand. And yeah.
It's your audience. Your audience isn't always going to be your buying audience. Your audience is going to be your networking audience or your publishing audience or your broadcasting audience. What message do I want the world to say about me? Is I want the world to hear the guy in the waistcoat who's good at sales, who can improve my sales business, who's really good at networking, or whatever other differentiator I want to have from other sales trainers. That's what I need people to be saying. So
it's just taking the time to consider and say, what do I want to be known for?
Yes. And that again is your sales message and your marketing message. So whatever means of marketing you use, whether you use social media, which is a fantastic platform, or the written word, TV, radio, take your pick. Whatever one you want, get a good mix, put it all together, and your message has to be clear, concise and consistent. And there are 3 words that I kind of live and die by with my clients. And that runs from how they stand in the street, how they network, how they operate on LinkedIn, how they talk to people in the pub, and how they talk to people in a sales meeting.
Absolutely.
This is my message. I need you to hear this in a language that you understand. Just talking at their level. So different audiences, different words.
So that's quite a deep understanding of what can be quite a complex kind of area in terms of your thinking.
I suppose it can be complex, but sales is simple.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? It's almost a paradox. It can be complicated if you make it, but like you say, if you have the foresight to think, I'm going to do this for this result, I'm going to keep it quite simple.
I think everything's like that though. Whether it's playing football, you can play football the very simple Brian Clough way: keep the ball on your team, therefore they can't score, we will. Or there's the new innovative ways of the press and the super press and the counter press and Pep and Jurgen Klopp kind of stuff, which you'd ask managers of 50 years ago, did they used to press? And you go, well, yeah, we used to push high up the pitch and stop them from playing football. But it's just been reinvented.
Yeah, of course.
For a new generation. And sales is similar. People have been selling for hundreds of years. People have been selling since the day we began. Stories. Listen to me, I tell a good story. Okay, I'm going to follow you. And it's that kind of influencer by telling stories. That's all. That's the best way to sell. You know, selling's a dirty word, and a lot of people don't like selling or being known as sales. And unfortunately, or fortunately for me, everybody sells. They just do it differently. It's just whether or not you can close.
So there's two interesting things you said there. I'd like to pick up on. The first is I want to know a bit more about your background in selling and what you've been through. But the second thing is, like you were just saying there, why has it become a dirty word? Why is, everybody says, oh, I don't like being sold to, or they're trying to sell to me. At what point has that become a knee-jerk reaction where people go, I don't feel comfortable with that, would you say?
Well, I think the first question is, how did I get into sales?
Yeah.
I think I left school, I was going to join the RAF.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was going to be a physical training instructor.
Fantastic.
I went down to Cosford, down near Wolverhampton Way. Did my 3-day exam. Passed it.
Nice.
Sat the interview, and during the interview I said, no, thank you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the most inspirational day of my life, but...
Was it so what happened there?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't want to leave my mum. I was coming up to being 19, I weren't ready to leave home.
Very young, yeah.
And my brother had left home to join the army, my dad was in the army.
Okay, so there's a culture of it almost in the family.
From a young age, I was always going to be...
That's what you're going to do?
I was always going to be an army officer. I was going to university, I was doing this. And that's what my dad's pathway for me was.
Yeah.
So, a bit of a rebel. I went, no, I'm going to the RAF.
I'm going to rebel to a slightly different version of what you want.
Yeah, so I rebelled that far, but then I rebelled totally and went, no, I don't want it. And yes, it caused disappointment, and then I didn't know what I was doing, because for years I was joining the services.
That was your thing, wasn't it? It's all you focused on.
I was going to university through the RAF, and that was going to be my life. Yeah. And at 19, I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do. Yeah. So I went chefing. I was a chef for 3 years.
Wow.
Which is where I met my wife.
Really?
Yeah, she was a waitress. I was a chef.
Fantastic.
So she was 18, I was 19. So
you're both just starting out?
Yeah, she came up to uni up at UCLan, and I followed her a few years later. So that's how that journey kind of happened.
Lovely.
But after a chef, it was... we had all the fun in the world being a chef, and I had enough of that.
Yeah.
And O2, or mobile phone store as it was then, on the high street in St Helens, started working for them. And so it was mobile phone store, BT selling at O2. And O2 then took over and bought them all out. Yeah. I ended up working for 3 branches, Wigan, Warrington and St Helens. And then we went, for the rebrand, went around teaching and showing other stores how to use, this is the new one, MMS.
You can send a text message.
With a picture.
Not just play Snake.
And a picture.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So
dial-up modem days, man.
So that was my job.
Yeah.
I went round to all over the country, refurbishing the stores, training the staff how to use Palm Pilots and MMS Messenger kind of thing. Right. So then went from those, when that finished, ended up at the Trafford Centre. Yep. Well, in Manchester, and we took the store, the smallest store in Manchester on Cross Street, to the 4th best in the UK. Right. So that was quite a proud achievement.
I bet, yeah.
So that's where I probably cut my teeth in sales, if you like. Yeah. Because every day, different people. Different people, different mindsets, different headspaces, different worries, different concerns, different wants. And we took it on that journey. And I did that for 3 or 4 years, and my growth got to a certain point where I got poached whilst working for O2, and people come and say, come work for me, come work for me, come work for me.
You can see the value of what you're offering.
Yeah, so I went working for somebody else, and then jumped around for a little bit, trying to find my feet again. Yeah. So I think sales is, it's always hot water. Until you settle in it and get used to the temperature, you're kind of jumping around going, what suits me? Yeah. And then I ended up at GE, General Electric, and it was telesales.
What was that like?
It was fun, because I was still young enough to be impressioned upon by a big organisation.
Just take it at face value. Just, I'm here. I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah, and so it was telesales all day. Would you like a trailer? Would you like to rent a trailer? Would you like to rent a trailer? Would you like to rent a trailer? But that is where I learned rejection, if you like.
Dealing with it.
And dealing with it.
Which is part of it.
And it took a potential customer to explain to me that it wasn't me.
Yeah.
That they were rejecting.
Yeah. They don't even know you.
Exactly. And they were like, oh, so it's, I said, well, we like you. And ring us up once a month by all means. But I don't want one of your trailers because I don't need one.
See, that must have been really interesting for you to then understand that difference, that clear difference. They like me, but not the product. There's something there. Straight
away, in my head, it wasn't a no. It was a not yet. And once I understood a no wasn't a definitive, I never want to speak to you again.
Yeah, ever.
Leave me alone, I don't like you. Because I think that's what a lot of people are scared of in sales. Of asking the question, would you like this? No. Oh no, my world's over. To, would you like this? No. Okay. Is it not yet, or is it no, you never need it ever, and I should never talk to you again? Well, I'm never going to need it because it's not my market sector.
So even just that follow-up question can just be so helpful.
Oh, I will train people and work with people to ask open and closed questions, especially closed questions, because a lot of experience I've had in my sales trade, stay away from closed questions. Stay away from the yes, no. You've got nowhere to go. If your mind's closed, you've got nowhere to go. But if your mind's open, then I want you to say no to me. Because I want to know that you don't want that glass of water because you don't like it. So I can ask you the question. Do you want this, yes or no? No. Is it because you don't like water? Yes. Can I get you another drink instead then? So
every question becomes almost like instant feedback, instant market research, straight away.
Exactly. And I think there was a sales guy who wrote a book a few years ago, don't know his name, about the more no's you get, it's close to a yes. Yes, there's that theory, and I think a lot of telemarketing and email services will use that theory. And I've used it in the past. No, law of averages, I'm going to get a yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
There's that theory. However,
does it need to be like that every time though?
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not, because if you know your audience, there shouldn't be that many no's.
Yeah.
If you know where their buying patterns, there's not that many no's.
Yeah.
And what I learned from having a fantastic CRM system at GE, which was Salesforce.com, was we could actually map when people bought, peaks and troughs.
Yeah, so it's data.
So you look at the peaks and troughs of, oh, we have more trailers going out in August than we have going out in January. So we need to ring more people in June, July to make sure they get in our trailers as opposed to somebody else's. We're not going to get as many no's then.
Yeah.
So we feel good. So then we sell more because we feel good.
It's just that little bit of foresight. Pay attention to the feedback you're getting and go, oh, there's a pattern here we can use to our advantage.
Audience. Know your audience. Understand what they want when they want it. It's pointless selling bags of ice in the winter. You're not going to sell as many. Barbecue sets. There's a reason why Asda, B&Q, Coke, Nike are all as good as they are. It's not because they're lucky. It's because they understand their audience.
Yeah.
It's because of the market research, because the data they get from online, from web, from social media, from all avenues. They get it all and they sit with their data and go, what does this mean? And they have someone really clever and intelligent to tell them what it means.
Yeah.
But that's what they can do. As smaller businesses, we have to do what we can ourselves to collate data and analyse it and work out what it means. Not everyone's going to have that skill.
No.
Just like I haven't got the skill to be good at social media, to put a campaign together. So I use somebody else.
Yeah.
You know him, Danny Smith.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
He doesn't just do tweets. He does content and value content that creates an audience.
If you guys enjoyed this video and want to find out more, I'm here on kataholos.co.uk, so click on the link below and you can see here's our values, and you can either subscribe to our newsletter and become one of our subscribers, or you can click on the 10-week course to go to learn more. Here it is, gives you all the information you need.